Hey everybody, Jay here from Modern Mississauga, and today we're taking a look at the 2018 BMW 440i xDrive Coupe. Right off the bat, you'll notice there are LED headlights, LED fog lights. When those aren't on, you'll get the LED day runners. Double kidney grille, typical BMW, very sharp looking front end, as with all BMWs. The short overhangs, beautiful 19-inch wheels. There's the M package, so there's all sorts of cool M badging throughout. I'll take a walk through that with you later on. Just to show you a profile view of the car. Let me back up a couple steps. It's a little windy, actually it's a lot windy outside today. It's early September, so I found a parking garage, so we're sheltered, so I don't make you suffer through all of the awful wind noise. One quick thing here, very cool aesthetic, but that's all it is. It's just aesthetic, but hey, looks good. And no problems here. The integrated turn signals into the side mirrors, very cool. Move to the back, gas tank on the passenger side, and we dip around the back. A bit of a redesign on the tail end of the car, more of a streamlined look. I like it more than the outgoing model. Pretty clean, pretty simple. A little touch of class here on the tailpipes. There's the M badging etched in here, also etched into the other tailpipe right there. We'll open up the trunk and we'll find my dry cleaning and we'll find some grass seed, but it's a fairly decent sized trunk. Where that receipt is right there is pretty much the back. I'm not sure if you can see it. Anyway, fair sized trunk. Specs will be in the written review. There are LED reverse lights which show up right there. So just walking on the other side, it's going to get a bit dark. Oh, there's some light. So again, it's got a really cool stance. Looks good. Drives incredibly well. We'll get to that later on. But just a nice simple design from BMW. Nothing overly flashy, saying, you know, look at me, look at me, look at me. So I'm going to wrap up this walk around here, and I'll be right back with a quick look of the inside. And we're back with the 2018 BMW 440i. I'm just going to start the car up. Typical start button spot right there. Engine nicely kicks up to life. So, in again, typical BMW fashion. No, I thought it was going to buzz at me again. There's your dashboard. Pretty plain and simple BMW. It's probably one of the nicest dashboards on the market today. I love it. It's simple. It's not complicated, and it's got analog dials. So you know, not everything is all digital just yet. But I think we'll get there. One quick thing I want to note, because it's a coupe, and sometimes you got to reach way back over here. How far back? This far back to get your seatbelt. So I'm just going to shut the car off. Just show you this retracting little clip here. So seatbelt latches onto there, and if I shut the car off and I open up the door, very cool. It just tucks away right there. Close the door again so it doesn't get in the way. And then when you close the door, which makes the car think you're in it, it comes right back out. So very cool piece of technology there. I'm just going to start the car up one more time. What else can we talk about? The heads-up display. Sorry, not heads-up display. That's over here. Well, not there now, but anyways, you know what I mean. The infotainment system, what's new with it is BMW has gone the route of the iPhone, at least I think so. So when you hit the menu button in the center control here, so menu right there, we get the tile system. So media, radio, communication, navigation. Oops, navigation's there. Second screen gets you your connected drive. You get my vehicle information and notifications. Everything else can be just you dig through the menus and you get everything you want. Let me change that awful Metallica. If anyone's out there who cares what I like to listen to, it's not Metallica. Queensryche, much better. Anyways, aside from that little piece of J information, I like all the buttons. There's not too many, but it still keeps your eyes on the road much more so, as opposed to it being a all digital display, or sorry, all touchscreen display, kind of like the pretty much all the Volvos right now. No shot against Volvo, just for me personally, I like having a combination of technology and a little bit of the old school buttons. Gear shift, again, typical BMW. You just hit the park button for park, foot in the brake, and shift lock, or unlock, sorry, goes back one to drive. Nice and easy. You want to get it into neutral from drive, pop it forward once, and again, push back for drive. Bit to the left, get to your manual Tiptronic things, and if that's not good enough for you, BMW does give you paddle shifters, upshifting on the right, downshifting on the left. Your lights, everything's pretty much as it should be. Nice, simple, easy to operate. And if I can lean back enough to get you a good shot of the steering wheel, yeah, there it is. I like the BMW steering wheels more than most because they're a little thicker and they feel better for me. Personal preference for driving. We take a quick turn into the rear seats. Let's go back here. Kind of hard. Whoa, there's the engine. You can't get a great view here, but they're very, very comfortable. I can attest for that personally. Just, you know, people say back seats of cars generally aren't comfortable, and you know, sometimes 3-seaters are good for 2 people. BMW has made this a pretty much 4-seater only because there are only 2 seats back there, and there's a little bit of space for your stuff or things or whatever, and that comes down to turn into a cup holder or to separate your arguing kids or arguing adults for that matter if you have them. Another cool feature I like about the car is it's got the sliding armrest. So right there, if you have shorter arms, you can just slide it forward and you get the support for your right elbow and forearm. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, right. Cup holders are the obvious thing, and you want to put some stuff in there you don't want people to see. There's your shade. USB port right there. Let's open up the middle console. There's my wallet. There is not my wallet. Wireless charging, very, very cool. Another USB port right there. And depending on the size of your phone, you can adjust it as you wish. I love that it's got an old school handbrake and not the electronic handbrake. Huzzah for you, BMW, 5 points as well. There are your modes, so you can have Eco Pro, Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus. I'll just show you that here. Sport Plus, Sport, Comfort, Eco Pro in reverse order. You're going to end up keeping it in Comfort 99% of the time anyway, unless you're on back roads and you really want to open up the car, see what it can do. The center console, all infotainment system, always mirrors what's happening as far as your drive selection goes. So you can customize it a little bit as well. I think that's it for the interior. Everything again is just so simply, elegantly, and beautifully laid out. It's so modern, but yet it's luxurious at the same time. There's a look at what the doors look like. Can't show you mine because I'm pretty much leaning up against it. One complaint I have, actually I will go to my side for this. I found through my week of driving the car that I'm so used to having a hole here or like a handle or something to hang on to, that it was weird to reach forward for it. Just to show you what I mean. So there's the door open right now. I'm used to just reaching over like that and just dipping into something. But when I found I'm pulling like this, I've got to pull a little harder just because the handle's placed way up at the front. Yes, I could have, do that again. I could have done this, but it's not a loose part. It's just it's not a solid part like this handle where there's 2 solid connector pieces. There's a gap here, and you know, I had in one of my first cars, my first car, in fact, an old Volvo 240 DL 1987 was the fantastic year for that car. It broke, and it's maybe psychological for me. I just don't like pulling anything or using this drink holder, map, pocket thing, whatever, as a way of holding on to stuff. Anyways, enough about that. I will be right back, and we will take this thing on the road. And yep, all right, stay tuned for half a second, and thanks to the magic of the editing of video. All right, we're back again thanks to the power of video editing. So we've done the outside, done the inside. Let's take the car for a quick spin and I will go over some driving dynamics and feel. So beneath the hood we have a 3-liter inline 6 throwing out 320 horsepower and 330 pound-feet of torque. That is an incredible amount of power for this vehicle. A turbocharged engine, sorry, I'm not sure if I mentioned that or not. The car has plenty of get up and go, and it goes and it goes and then it goes some more. There's a nice throaty-ish exhaust sound from it. Not sure we can do that here in a parking lot, but once I get out, it should be a little easier to hear that. The feel behind the wheel is fantastic. It's I've always liked the way BMWs have driven. Not so much some of the bigger cars, bigger SUVs, which are still nice in their own regard, but I'm a small car guy. Actually, let's go right. And you know, there's plenty of response, so just to give you an idea, not sure if you could hear that, hopefully you could, but the engine kicks up pretty fast, pretty hard, and you get up to speed, so there is absolutely no reason to worry about merging onto a highway. Again, just the feel, the handling, the cornering. BMW calls themselves the ultimate driving machine, and you know, some will agree, some will disagree, but I think that from my personal experience, having done the auto journalist thing for, I think I'm coming up on 5 years now, and I think I'm coming up to 300-ish cars, you know, at an average of, you know, a car a week. You know, 52 times 5 right off the bat is 250 and a bit, and then sometimes I double down on cars. Anyways, back to the 440. It's been out for a couple of years, and I had it when it did first come out, and I liked it then. I like it more now. Again, just the power is just phenomenal, and you know, it's not like you jerk your head back every single time you hit the gas. It's still capable of giving you smooth, balanced acceleration. But again, in a pinch where you need to pass, need to get on the highway, need to steer clear of a collision or something that's in the way, the handling is not only great, but like I said, the acceleration is also great. The turning radius on the car is quite lovely. I'm not sure if we can see the whole road. But I'm just going to do a U-turn here, and this is just your standard 2-lane road, and yeah, so fully completely done without issue. Let's do that turn one more time so we can get back to where it is we're going, which is home in my case. All the controls are so easy to work, not maneuver, but to get through. The infotainment system, I know it had its share of criticisms when it first came out, and I will admit I was one of them. It wasn't very intuitive. It was just so hard to do simple things, but as the years have gone on, BMW's refined it quite a bit, and right now, you know, it's so easy to do anything. You know, whether you want to put up an address in the GPS or change radio stations, make a phone call, you know, whatever it is, it's so easy to do. Just a quick rundown as I'm at a stoplight here. So the base price for the 440i X-Drive Coupe is $57,550. This vehicle specifically, as tested, is $73,190. So there's the premium package enhanced for $6,000. Alarm system, comfort access, auto dimming mirrors, lumbar support, park distance control, front and rear, high beam assist, heads-up display, and a bunch of other stuff. Driver assistance package for $1,500 gets you your active blind spot, driving assistant, and speed limit information. Smartphone connectivity gets you your CarPlay, which is so awesome. It's actually wireless CarPlay. You don't need to plug it in like you do with other cars. Full marks for innovation there, BMW. And the M Performance 2 package for $2,900 gets you the M Performance Exhaust package, which is what we went through in the first part of the video, and the M Power Kit. So again, this car is absolutely wonderful, wonderfully spec'd as is right now. Standalone options are BMW individual extended merino leather, adaptive LED headlights, and active cruise with stop and go. As we come back, there is the auto start stop. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. I don't think I did. When it comes back to life, it doesn't jolt you, it doesn't jar you. It's just you feel it, you know, regardless of what vehicle you're in. When the engine starts, you're gonna feel it. That's just how engines go. But it's quiet, it's very subtle, and you only really feel it under your right foot as opposed to your entire body. There is, I know it's not dark outside now, but I'm just telling you this anyway because I found it kind of cool. There is an option of ambient lighting. You can go for the classic, which is orange. Or you can go for the, I believe it's sport, which is more of a white color, and that shows up there, and I believe in the doors, and I think in the wheel wells, foot wells as well. What else can we go through? Driving dynamics and the 4 options. I spent pretty much the whole week in comfort because it gives you the balance of both. It's still sporty, it still has lots of pickup, but it doesn't drain the gas tank. Through 436.7 kilometers, I've used almost exactly 3/4 of a tank, and that should, once the whole tank is done, you know, provided I don't drive like a jerk and hammer it down after every stoplight and stop sign, I should end up somewhere close to 600 kilometers to the tank, which really isn't all that bad for a car with so much power. Right now I am sitting in the Eco Pro mode, and you know, you saw the power that I got from there, so the comfort just pushes it up that much more. My liters per 100 kilometers, and this has been through highway driving and city driving and some back road driving. Oh, look at that, beautiful. And it handles great, it doesn't, no shaking, no fishtailing. And back to my point I made just before that, I'm at an even 10.0 liters per 100 kilometers. So I think the tank holds a little more than 50 liters. I think it's 55. Again, I'm not entirely sure right now, but when I do the written review, it will certainly be there. Audio system sounds great. I like my 80s rock. I know it's not really that great of a representation now because I'm recording this on my phone, and anyways, the audio system is really, really good, well balanced, well tuned, and it sounds absolutely fantastic. You have your blind spot monitors as little triangles on each of the side mirrors to let you know if anybody's in your blind spot. I think the technology is great, and there are studies have been shown that it has actually, this type of technology has actually reduced accidents and, collisions. There are no such thing as accidents for you out there who think there are. There is not. Nothing happens by accident. Anyways, overall marks for the 2018 BMW 440i, full marks, I will give it a solid A. There's very little to complain about here. You know, I know I nitpicked on the handle that's I would like to have seen in the actual door. I don't, for what the car is, which is, you know, a luxury coupe, it's got the power, it's got the looks, it's got the functionality, it's got the wireless Apple CarPlay. The Android guys out there will probably complain, they will complain that there's no Android Auto, but I'm sure it's coming at some point in the future. Yeah, so that wraps up this review of the 2018 440i by BMW, and stay tuned for more. And I can't really hit stop on the camera because I'm driving, but as soon as I make this turn, I'm going to pull over, full stop. Thank you for watching, everybody. Questions or comments, let me know and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching, and until next time.